your fingers curled round a porcelain cup. You laughed at something I forgot, but the sound stayed like sunlight caught. Steam was rising, hearts were shy outside, pink petals filled the sky. You looked at me, I looked away. Spring had something sweet to say. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, floating soft just like our story. Every bloom a whispered truth of April hearts and tender youth. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, bittersweet and blooming softly. A quiet hum, the world slowed down. Your jacket brushed against my arm. We didn't speak, we didn't need. The silence bloomed like cherry seeds. The window framed your gentle face like every spring I can't replace. You smiled, I swear the clouds gave way, and time forgot to tick that day. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, moments lost but living softly. One warm cup, one breath, one glance, a fleeting spring, a second chance. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, and you, my favorite memory. Seasons pass, the cafe's new, but every sip still feels like you. Petals fall in morning light, and I relive that perfect sight. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, still swirling in a world without me. Though the moment's long since gone, its warmth, its scent, it lingers on. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, and love that bloomed then faded softly.
We kicked our shoes off by the shore. The waves were soft, we needed no more. Your laughter echoed in the wind like something beautiful just beginning. You spun in circles in the spray. Your shadow danced and slipped away. The sun was low, the sky turned cold, and time forgot the tales it told. We didn't speak, we didn't rush, just let the ocean carry us. Barefoot on spring sands, hearts untouched by plans. We chased the tide, we wrote our names, then watched them wash away again. Barefoot on spring sands, where love began without demands. Your hand was warm, your grip unsure, but I held on like love was pure. We carved a moment in the breeze and kissed beneath the waking sea. The world grew quiet, just us two, and every grain of sand felt new. Barefoot on spring sands, with salt between our hands. No promises, no need to stay, just that one soft perfect day. Barefoot on spring sands, like children led feels half alive, like it remembers how we thrived. The way you smiled, the way you ran, still lingers in this golden land. Barefoot on spring sands, I go back where it began. And though the footprints fade with time, that day still walks inside my mind. Barefoot on spring sands, where I first knew your hand in mine. We sat beneath the blooming trees, a breeze that carried you to me. Your hand brushed mine, we didn't speak, but somehow silence felt complete. The petals fell like gentle snow. You stirred your drink, I watched it slow. Your eyes held spring, your lips a smile. We sat like that a little while. No promises, no grand parade, just the warmth the moment made. And in that space between our sighs, the world grew still beneath the skies. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, you and I in whispered breeze. No need for words, just soft replies. In every look our hearts will lie. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, you bloomed inside the heart of me. The cafe light began to fade, yet still we lingered, still we stayed. Your voice was soft like strings on wood. You said so little, yet so much stood. No vows were made, no future planned, just my heart resting in your hand. If love begins in quiet scenes, ours was born in softest greens. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, your laughter danced upon the breeze. We shared a cup, we shared the day, and watched the spring just slip away. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, I found the place where I feel peace. Now seasons change and petals fall, but that spring lives within it all. Every cup I raise to lips still echoes with your fingertips. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, that gentle world still visits me. Though time has passed and winds may tease, my heart still waits beneath those trees.
Vinyl spinning soft and slow, the cafe lights are dipped in gold. You sit across, your fingers curled around a mug that warms the world. Outside the cherry blossoms fall, but here inside time starts to stop. You laugh and everything feels new, like spring is pouring into view. Cafe hearts in quiet bloom, two souls drifting through the room. Your smile, my sip, a perfect blend, a love that whispers, not pretends. Cafe hearts in paper cups, the world slows down when You lean in close and softly say you feel like spring in every way. No thunder, no dramatic scenes, just subtle dreams and in-betweens. I didn't fall, I simply knew I brewed a little love in you. Café Hearts on window glass, drawn in fog that doesn't last. We drink the moment slow and true, like soft jazz wrapped in morning blue. Café Hearts, they beat so low, but warm the soul like melted snow. Café Hearts still linger on, even when the crowd is gone. Those seasons turn and tables clear, your springtime love still echoes here. Café Hearts in memories light, still brewing in my dreams at night.
Coffee cooling in my hand while the rain draws on the glass. An empty seat across from me still echoes of the past. Pages of my book unread, lost in all the things you said. The world keeps moving outside, but in here time has died. Silence sips my coffee slow, whispers things I'll never show. In this quiet I pretend you're not gone, just late again. The smell of rain and paper blend, like memories I can't defend. Your laughter lingers in the air, like a ghost that's always there. Silence sips my coffee slow, whispers things I'll never show. Quiet I pretend you're not gone, just late again. Maybe one day you'll return, or maybe I'll forget to yearn. But till then I'll sit and wait, with coffee, silence and fate. Silence sips my coffee slow, even if I let you go. In this stillness love remains, soft as whispers in the rain. I walk these streets alone again, no umbrella, just the rain. Each drop a sound I've heard before, a memory knocking at my door. The lights are blurred, the world is slow, like time forgot which way to go. Your shadow dances on the wall, but no one's there when I recall. Echoes in the rain call out your name. In every puddle I feel the same. You left but still I hear your trace. In every cold and empty space. My coat is soaked, but I don't mind. I lost more than warmth this time. Your voice like fog still wraps around, but it vanishes without a sound. Echoes in, call out your name. In every puddle I feel the same. You left but still I hear your trace. In every cold and empty space. Maybe the rain just knows the way to replay the things we couldn't say. And maybe I walk just to pretend that echoes mean this isn't the end. Echoes in, rain soft and low, whisper things I used to know. And in this storm I feel you near, but it's just rain I hold so dear. You walked in like morning sun, coffee steam and laughter spun. Your eyes met mine and in that glance time gave us both a second chance. You smelled like cinnamon in spring and said your name like it meant everything. I stirred my heart, not just my cup, and couldn't seem to look back up. Something warm began to bloom in a quiet little cafe room. You smiled and it was clear and true. The world was tasting something new. First sip of you and I was gone. Bittersweet but pulling strong like morning light on cafe glass. You filled a space I didn't know I had. First sip of you, so rich, so deep. Now even dreams can't let me sleep. You talked about the books you read and laughed at every word I said. We shared a slice of peach delight, the kind that only blooms at night. The world outside just disappeared, like it was only you and me right here. The way you tilted back your chair made springtime settle in the air. First sip of you, a gentle flame. Now nothing's ever quite the same, like jazz notes floating through the breeze. You stirred the calm inside of me. First sip of you, so bold, so true. I didn't mean to fall for you. Now every cafe plays your song, and every morning feels too long. I chase the flavor, trace the hue of what I found that day in you. First sip of you forever stays in coffee cups and rainy days, though time may pour new memories to none ever taste like the first sip of you. I typed a line, then backspaced slow. Stared at your name, just couldn't let it go. My phone lights up, but it's never you. Just the echo of what we used to do. Raindrops fall like broken thoughts, trying to forget, but I get caught in that last scene left unread. Guess that's louder than words ever said. You left me on red, left me in the rain. No goodbye, just this quiet pain. I pretend I'm fine instead, but I'm drowning in words you never said. I play our song, but it sounds too slow, like the way your replies don't show. I wait for typing, but it never comes. Just your silence beating like a drum. You left me on red, left me in the rain. No goodbye, just this quiet pain. I pretend I'm fine instead, but I'm drowning in words you never said. Maybe it's better left this way. Some things fade, not meant to stay. Still I wish you said one more line to say you're gone or you were mine. You left me on red, I still hit send to a version of you that won't press send. Guess this is how the story ends. Just the rain, the phone, and a love that bends. I wrote your name in morning light on paper soft and words not right. The wind it came, the tide drew near, but still I couldn't send it clear. Each line I wrote began to fade, like memories the sea remade. The ink ran thin, my hands grew cold. Some stories never will be told. I folded all I didn't say and watched the waves just drift away. Letters in the tide, unread, unsent, but real inside, floating where the seagulls fly, carried past the edge of sky. You'll never know the tears I hide in letters left within the tide.
held the paper to my chest. Spring winds whispering regrets. 1,000 things I meant to speak, now sleeping deep beneath the reef. I send them not to reach your door, but just to let my silence pour. Letters in the tide, truths I couldn't say with pride, drifting in the ocean's blue, half for me and half for you. No stamp, no seal, just hopes denied, and letters lost within the tide. The sea forgives what hearts cannot, and holds the words the world forgot. I leave my longing with the waves, and let them wash the pain away. Letters in the tide, like cherry blossoms when they die. They bloom and fall, they never stay, but write their beauty on the day. If you should find one by your side, know it was mine from in the tide.
Raindrops fall like memories softly on the window pane. Every drop a whispered name, echoes of a love still the same. Rain whispers your name to me, and every sigh the wind may leave. Though the world has moved along, you're still here in this quiet song. Coffee cooling in my hand, time just slips like grains of sand. I see your smile in cloudy skies, feel your touch in closed eyes. Rain whispers your name to me, and every sigh the wind may leave. Though the world has moved along, you're still here in this quiet song. No goodbyes, just silent space, but in the rain I see your face. The quiet tells me what I miss, a love that lived in drops like this. Rain whispers your name to me, and I answer silently. In this hush I still believe you never truly had to leave.
stood beneath the cherry trees, pink petals dancing on the breeze. The ocean sang a quiet tune, salt on your lips, the smell of bloom. We met where land and longing meet, where springtime melts beneath our feet. A laugh, a glance, your fingers warm. The sky was clear, the tide was calm. I never thought I'd fall so fast, but moments made for spring don't last. Salt and cherry blossoms, the taste of you still lingers on. Your voice was soft as falling light, a dream I held just for one night. Salt and cherry blossoms, you were spring and then you were gone. You drew a heart into the sand, it faded as you left my hand. The sea, it whispered your goodbye, while petals clung to open sky. I tried to hold what wasn't mine, but love like this won't wait for time. Salt and cherry blossoms, a fleeting love that smelled like rain. Your eyes were full of distant waves, and yet I stayed and watched you fade. Salt and cherry blossoms still bloom each spring where we once laid. I walk that shore each April day, where blossoms fall and memories stay. And though the sea may wash away, your touch returns with winds in May. Salt and cherry blossoms, the sweetest steak I've ever known. I taste the spring in morning air and still pretend that you are there. Salt and cherry blossoms, a love as light as it was strong. That night, the moonlight softly flew, when your breath brushed against my cheek. In your silent gaze, love quietly bloomed between us. That night, the moon shined upon us, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Our trembling first kiss, I wonder if the moon still remembers promised no forever, but we believed in eternity. That moment, that night, the moon shined upon us, and the world seemed to hold its breath. Our trembling first kiss, I wonder if the moon still remembers it. Oh, if I could return to that night again, I'd hold you once more, just once. The love I never said aloud, I'd whisper to the moon instead. The night the moon remembers us, though we are far apart now. Let's never forget that moment when we loved under the forest path kissed by sunlight, where you and I once walked side by side. The silent sparkle in your eyes still dances in the breeze. Though seasons change and time moves on, the forest stays the same. And in my heart, that day with you still walks along that path. The warmth of breath on fingertips, we pause even at a bird's soft song, following the shadow of your steps. Tears gather before I know. Those seasons change and time moves on, the forest stays the same. And in my heart, that day I softly whispered long ago still lingers in the breeze. I try to forget, but you remain. Your smile keeps coming back again. When I close my eyes, I hear your voice, the name that lingers beneath the moonlight. Though time takes everything away, why do you still stay right here? An empty seat in a little cafe. My heart has never moved on. I try to forget, but you remain. Your smile keeps coming back again. When I close my eyes, I hear your voice, the name that lingers beneath the moonlight. Even if I say goodbye, this longing still quietly grows. Only when the moon has faded, I knew you were my first love. The moonlight still shines so beautifully, but I won't call your name again. I'll leave it quietly in my heart, and gently I'll let you go. A quiet afternoon by the cafe window, an empty seat across where you once sat, like the coffee that slowly cooled. Our hearts drifted apart. As a teardrop falls, the scent of coffee deepens. Though I knew it was just regret, I waited for you in that same spot. A latte you used to always drink, I ordered it again, just like a habit. Paused by a song playing nearby, I thought of you for a moment, as a tear day again. My coffee grows cold and the rain falls outside the glass. In this heat without you, I drink my coffee with tears. In the corner of this empty room, it still feels like you might be there. Time has passed and moved ahead, but my heart remains in that moment. A love I thought had ended still quietly breathes inside of me. The name I thought I erased comes back again when night falls. Your familiar voice, your steps, your smile, I thought they all had faded away. But sometimes I stop and see the part of me that still misses you. A love I thought had ended still quietly breathes inside of me. The name I thought I erased comes back again when night falls. Regret is like a wound that never truly heals. From the place I let you go, I'm still learning how to say goodbye. In a quiet corner of my heart, the place where you once stayed. Even with no words left between us, you still remain there. Sad where the shoreline curves like your smile. The wind still carries your voice for a while. Our names in the sand have long been erased, but the sea still remembers the shape of your face. You wore spring like a light cotton dress, laughing at nothing, barefoot and blessed. I watched the tide rise, your hair in the breeze. The world was a whisper, and you were the sea. Time took your footprints, the tide pulled away, but something of you still lingers each day. Where the waves remember us, even when the sky forgets. Your hand in mine, that fleeting trust, now just a song the sea regrets. But I still hear your love in the hush, where the waves remember us. I come here each year when spring starts to sing. The seagulls, the scent, the salt on my skin. I sit by the rocks where we carved our names. The tide may have stolen, but it feels the same. The ocean repeats the words we once said, soft as the tears I quietly shed. Where the waves remember us, in the silence after dusk. Even if you're far away, this shore still speaks of yesterday. The sea won't let your shadow rust, where the waves remember us. Maybe you've changed, or maybe you've stayed in that moment the ocean replayed. But here I return, year after year, for the waves that bring you near. Where the waves remember us, even when all else is dust. You and I were more than just. We were a spring the tide still trusts. And though the world moves on, because the waves remember us. You walked in with April skies, soft sweater, sunlight in your eyes. The air was warm, your voice was low, like a secret only spring would know. You ordered tea, I watched you smile. The quiet stretched a little while. Petals danced across the floor, I'd never noticed them before. And something in the way you turned made the winter in me yearn for mornings filled with softer things and afternoons where laughter clings. Whispers of spring in your hello, like cherry blossoms in the snow. You spoke and suddenly I knew the world was waking up to you. whispers of spring, so light, so near. You melted all my frozen fear. The cafe hummed a quiet tune. You stirred your drink, I watched the spoon. You leaned in close to fix your sleeve, and I forgot to even breathe. And just like that the moment stayed, a Polaroid in soft parade. No fireworks, no grand displays, just blooming hearts in quiet ways. Whispers of spring, not loud but real, a tender truth you let me feel. Your presence spoke in silent things, like wind that carries butterfly wings. Whispers of spring, you didn't try, and still you lit my cloudy sky. Some loves come loud and then they go, but yours arrive like melting snow. No promises, no golden rings, just quiet, blooming whispers of spring. Whispers of spring, forever mine. In every breeze, in every time, though we were brief, you still remain. A whispered spring in April rain. Whispers of spring, you softly stay, even as you walk away.
The sea was still, the sky was wide. You looked at me, then turned aside. I reached for you, but held the breeze. A silent spring between the leaves. Your footsteps faded on the sand, like words I didn't understand. The ocean watched you walk away, before the tide could make you stay. You didn't cry, you didn't speak, but left a storm inside my cheeks. You left before the tide came in, before it washed away our sins. I stood there waiting for a sign, but only seagulls answered mine. The sea came late, the sun had died, but you had gone before the tide. Spring is near, to find the place where we were clear. But all that's left are waves and wind, and echoes of what could have been. The water now just holds the sound of someone lost, not ever found. You left before the tide could rise, before the moon pulled at the skies. You left a kiss upon the shore, then turned and said you'd feel no more. You didn't wait, you didn't try. You left me here before the tide. Sometimes I dream you stayed that day, that spring held you and made you stay. But tides come late and love moves fast, and not all things are meant to last. You left before the tide could hold Our stories, dreams, the hands we'd fold. And though the sea now touches me, it's not the same, it's not, you see. You left in spring with one goodbye. You left me here before the tide. I sat beside you every day, laughed at things I didn't say, hoped you'd hear what I kept in, but silence always seemed to win. I held my breath when you'd walk by, my smile a well-disguised goodbye. You never saw what I went through, but every beat it beat for you. You never knew the way I cared, how much I wished that you were there in the spaces between our words. My love for you remained unheard. I wrote your name in every line of songs I never dared to sign. You talked of love like it was new, while I was loving only you. You never knew the way I cared, how much I wished that you were there in the spaces between our words. My love for you remained unheard. And now it rains like it always knew, that I was breaking over you. But it's too late, the truth won't show in hearts that never got to grow. You never knew, and that's okay. Some feelings never find their way, but in the rain I still hold tight to silent love that felt so right.